For some, these were just mini bikes. But for enthusiast Scott Hockett, they became memories, history, and purpose. From forgotten barns to prized collections across America, he's bringing the legendary Honda CT70 back to life, one restoration at a time. Fueled by faith, family, and a love for the ride. This is Mini Bike Minute with Scott Hockett.
Nearly 400 complete restorations and over 600 bikes that we have built. So nearly 1,000 mini trails that we put in the marketplace in the last 10 years. We're finally moving. We're going to be going into a larger facility. We're going to talk about what's left, how you can win. Welcome to Mini Bike Minute. I've walked in and out that door so many times I can't count it since 2015. I can't believe it. And we have got an amazing amount of bikes that we're going to end up having to move to our new Post Road location. And actually, I got to tell you, those of you that are viewing, what an amazing job my camera guy's doing walking backwards and around all of these obstacles. But you know, speaking of obstacles, that's going to be a difficult situation. Imagine this. We've got at least 50 next door. We've got probably 60 or close to that units in here. So a big move. We've got parts, we've got all kinds of things that have to go with us. All of our build stuff, all of our tech tools, special tooling, everything's going to go with us when we move, but everything in here is going to be marketed. I'm going to show you a few that we'll talk about. This is something I built a few years ago for a client out in Maine. His grandson is actually too big for this, and this is going to be sold. It has not been ridden. It's been ridden literally 3/10 of a mile. So a real hot rod. And this is painted in all of the iconic colors. You got candy emerald, you've got right here candy yellow special, and you've got candy topaz orange. We combined all of that. We put a hot rod, big fat tire on this, and a 150cc motor. Same thing in a 4-speed over here next to it. These are going to be sold on Bring a Trailer. I want to show you a few other pieces here. This is a really decent restoration by a well-known builder over in Ohio. CT70 man is what he goes by. Bought by a client of mine. He's decided to have us build one for him. What an honor that is. We took it in on trade. That's going to be sold on eBay. This is a nice survivor. It's going to be sold on eBay. This is one I said I'm going to keep. A builder in California, iconic builder out there in 2017 built this, and I bought it, paid all the money, but I just love that restoration. Sort of the elements he put together are fantastic. One of the guys that got me involved in this back in 2017 up in Michigan, he built this bike. I kept it because I really enjoyed that relationship. That's going to be sold. These are going to be sold. Look at this. This is a really nice restoration done by a guy up in Michigan. He does them himself. I'm sorry, up in Northern Illinois. He does these bikes himself, does a great job in my opinion. And you can see, you know, he kept everything as original as can be. And he goes to his rendition of Candy Red, and just a beautiful, beautiful bike. This bike is going to go on Bring a Trailer. I can go on and on and on. We've got the gold Japanese market only back in the back. I have got several of these that are restored. These are going to go on Bring a Trailer. Several restored on Bring a Trailer. This is the K1. We've got 2 reds and 2 yellows. We're finishing a red for a client right now. We've got 2 other reds that are in paint currently. I've got all 3 colors of the K0 next door that are done being painted. Will be on the build racks this week. I've got both the yellow and the red HK1. I have all 3, as you saw in the intro, all 3 of the HK0s. And this is a really nice Survivor I took in on trade that was sold by us back in 2021 when the Survivors were at the height of their market. We took this on trade. The guy wanted us to build some new restored ones for him. That's where the market on Survivors went. Everybody went to restoreds. Everybody wants to know what's going on with the Survivor market. That's what's going on. So we got that in on trade, substantially less money than what we sold it for in 2021. I've got 3 really nice Survivors. Actually, 2 of them are in better condition than this one if you're looking for Survivors in candy red. So yeah, Survivors in candy gold over there, 77, 70, 75, 77 over there. So yeah, and some really neat trade-ins. I got to show you this one. I just sold this Suzuki yesterday to a guy over in Ohio. But this yellow 400 is going to go on Bring a Trailer. That's a really, really nice, what I would call a one-off, because it is it's nearly perfect. It's complete Survivor. I've got a title on it, 1979 Yamaha 400. This might be the best restored Mr. 50 in the country, done exactly to perfection in California. Came to me out of a collection in Michigan from a guy that does some work with Foos, and just I forget what that program's called, but you guys know what it is. Really nice guy. He's a chief mechanic. This was bought for his son, and we just bought this. We're going to buy a few others of his collection. So I've got some really, really nice stuff that we don't want to take with us. Look at the crate collection over here, and we've got the others. We've got a cotton, we've got a lemon, we've got, as you can see, I love the orange. We got the highest end restorations you've ever seen. This is the nicest, probably the nicest gray ghost in the country. That's a big, big deal. But if you see the story behind this was actually restored in 2009 by an iconic Schwinn restoration expert in Louisville, Kentucky. And this was the last restoration he did before he passed away. And it is really, really a one of a kind. And this will go on Bring a Trailer. And by the way, this one's going to ring the bell. We're probably going to see an all-time high on that one. Survivor 68 up there. Those are the hot rods. Very, very few of those around that are in that condition. This Whizzer is a 3 manufacturer assembled product, 1950. I have a title for it. Runs, I've ridden it. I've had this bike for about 10 years. Most original runabout known to anyone that knows anything about Schwinn's. There's only one part on this bike that it wasn't born with. Just an original runabout, neat bike. Yeah, just a lot of neat stuff. I've got some, I'm going to show Nathan, I'm going to show you real quick some of the cars we've got over here that I think are super special. The Indianapolis Pace car, certainly we've got this to go with it, but this was totally restored, done to the nines. You guys know what pedal cars are bringing. That's an original. Obviously the Jeff Gordon original. You guys have seen those. Love that original. And if you can see from here, Nathan, we've got a few pieces on top. Those pedal cars are amazing. Never been started before. AJ number 14 car. That came from the Frigi auction a couple of years ago in August. I bought that, and it is a one-off, never been started before go-kart. You know what the market is there. Got some trade-ins in here. This will go on Bring a Trailer. That's the 5th one ever built, number 5 in production of the K2s. This might be one of the nicest 78 restorations you'll ever see. I've got 3 of these. So yeah, the Z50R, I love the 87 Z50R tricolor, just gorgeous. This one set a mark on Bring a Trailer a few years ago. Yes, I bought it. And just a tremendous story behind that bike. A 79 has been restored top to bottom by us. Same way here. Guy ordered this and then ordered 2 more and decided to let us keep this one because he didn't like the way he ordered the colors on it. I didn't either, but we do what people ask. And so, yeah, we've got some fantastic stuff that's going to be, we want to sell them instead of move them. And I want to make that available to you. So if you want to know my listings on eBay, all you got to do is contact me in the comments section. I'll send you those listings. If you want to know Bring a Trailer listings on Bring a Trailer, we'll send you those listings. I'm not normally here to sell, but today I'm here to sell because would you want to move all this if you were me? I don't think so. The Honda CT70 and Honda Z50 collectability is not going anywhere but up. A lot of people say that the baby boomers are dying, that these are going to go down when we're dead. I disagree. All we've got to do is look at some of the early stuff for Harley, and you can see for yourself those Harleys that are bringing $1.50 today that were bringing 40,000 25 years ago, 20 years ago, those early Harleys. And you know, I really believe that when you get excited about a product like this, my grandchildren love to come in here. But why? Because Papa loves that place. And I think that's the same thing. I think it will resonate. And in fact, I do think that the value is going to continue to go up because they're not getting more plentiful. I think we're restoring enough of them. There's going to be more restored bikes in the marketplace than there were ever have been. But today, I think when you look at the Honda CT70 market, what you are going to see is change. You're going to see some restored modifieds that are going to go next level. Mini Bike Mike just got done with a long, sort of a nationwide ride, he and some friends. And a lot of kids are watching that. And they're, what if, you know, you had a 150cc motor on that? Or what if we hot rodded that up to another level? So that's what I'm saying. I think that the iconic chassis and that whole breed, and especially the breed of guys like us, the guys that were born in the 50s and 60s, you know, and by the way, we're living a little longer. But I do think that is a special thing. Many people have come into this facility that we're getting ready to move out of, and they've said, man, I didn't know this place was even here. Well, part of that's by design. We don't need all of the wrong people to know what's in here. But certainly it's been a joy to meet so many people, hundreds of people here at this shop that have taken delivery of something that they had when they were 12 years old and leave here the happiest guy on the planet. I want to say one more thing about that. You know, we are getting older. We are passing from one place to the next. I hope your faith is rooted in Jesus Christ. I hope you know him. If he has knocked on the door of your heart, I hope you've bent your knee, because what can a dead man do to glorify God unless that dead man is brought to life? And that life that God brings a dead heart. And until you have a heart that is regenerated by the eternal God, you're a dead man walking. And so I'm thankful for that today. I'm thankful for you today. And certainly everyone that has commented, the kind customers that have said great things along the way. We're going to be doing this in a much bigger and much more diverse facility when we move to our Post Road location. Help me out. I don't want to move all this. If you want a great deal, I promise you this, it's expensive to move. I'll save the money in your pocket if you'll save me the time. Thanks for watching Mini Bike Minute. I look forward to your comments. As always, it's a privilege to get to talk about these cool bikes.